everyone, it's Sharana from Here. Wait, today I want to be talking about House of the Dragon, Season 1, Episode 8, The Lord of the Ties. Y'all, when I tell y'all how that Raggedy Hightower family is trying to take me out right now, I had a whole video recorded for y'all, okay? It was going to be ready to go. But of course, my SD card broke inside of my camera, so now I cannot record anything, and I cannot upload the files that I recorded other episodes. So we're going to have to talk it out. We're going to talk as a family on another live. Lord, please don't let them raggedy ass neighbors pull the fire alarm, okay? We just want to get through this day with peace, all right? All right. So how's everybody doing today? So also too, my green screen doesn't work. So y'all going to have to look at my bare wall, okay? So I apologize. But it's a lot that happened in this week's episode. And, I first want to start this off. And I want to do a toast. Now, I don't know how many of y'all have been here with me since, the Game of Thrones days. But whenever we lose a real one, because we lose a lot of people in this Game of Thrones, series. We lost a lot of people along the way. But when we lose a real one, we want to actually show them a tribute, okay? So the only way that I know how to celebrate a real one, since we talking about the succession of some very royal people, is we gonna do a toast to a real one, King Viserys. And in honor of King Viserys this episode, I'm gonna get his name right this entire time, okay? So we're gonna pour one out for our fallen homie, okay, in our little goblet. We're gonna pour a couple of drops out because we don't waste no liquor now. And we just gonna do a moment of silence because King Viserys lived a very long life, okay? Longer than most people with leprosy probably does. And when I say that he held on for dear life, and he was a real one to his daughter. So we just gonna say R.I.P. King Viserys. You a real one. I hope my unborn children have a ride or die daddy like you, because the way that you was a ride or die for your daughter, Rhaenyra, you a real one. So we gonna take a sip, and we're just gonna do a moment of silence, okay? All right. We just got to make sure that we just pay tribute to the real ones that we have, because we don't get a lot of them in the House of the Dragon, and damn sure didn't have a lot of them in Game of Thrones, all right? So, yes. So, let's get into this episode. So, we have a 6-year time jump, okay? So, 6 years have gone by since what happened in last week's episode, where basically everybody was split apart. They said, hey, you stay up there in Dragonstone, y'all stay in King's Landing, we're going to have peace in our hearts, okay? So, yes, Marys, it took everything in me not to be like, how do I say goodbye? It took everything in me, okay? It took everything in me. Ashley is right. The show does not have really good husbands or daddies. So, we really, we had a real one. For real. For real, for real. He was really there for his daughter, okay? So, yes. So, it's been 6 years, and we see that there is a conversation that's happening between Vaemond and Rhaenys, where essentially he's given word that Lord Corlys has been wounded in battle. He's not likely to actually survive the wound. So now begins the conversation in regards to the succession of who will take the throne at Driftmark. And so Rhaenys is like, well, honey, I don't know what we're having this conversation about, because last time I checked, Lord Corlys said that these little bastard heathens of his, grandkids of his, are basically going to be the ones who take over Driftmark. And he said, girl, I know you effing lying, because I know that you know that these bastard nephews are not Valyrian blood, okay? So what are we talking about? What are we going to do? All I know is what's running through my blood, what's running through these veins is some Valyrian blood. So I need to be the one to take over. Rhaenys was like, hold on now, sir. What you're saying is treason right now. My husband isn't even dead. So I don't even understand why we're having this conversation. But he was just like, you know what, girl? I don't even know what I'm talking to you anyway for. I'm going to go ahead and petition the king, really the queen, because she's been ruling after they've been drugging him for 6 years. She's been ruling in his steadfast and her hating ass daddy Otto. has been doing that as well as the king's hand. So I believe it was, so there's a letter that's sent to Damon after he's on his little thing. He done found 3 dragon eggs. They thrive and live in a very happy life with him and Rhaenyra, who are now married. And she's pregnant with another child. So he gets to note about what's happening, and he lets, Rhaenyra know. And they basically have to go to King's Landing in order to defend, their sons, that they're the rightful heirs of Driftmark. So in the midst of all this, we do see that her boys are grown up. Little Joffrey is like a little taller now. He should be 6 now. We see Luke and Jace. They're bigger now as well. And so we see that, Lucerys is practicing his Velaryon, because that's who she wants to take over in Driftmark. And so it's cute that he's like really taking this seriously, trying to be like a good ruler, trying to make sure that he speaks the right tongue. So I thought that was really cute to see that all the kids are grown up. And we see that they make this journey to King's Landing, and King's Landing looks a lot different now. So I was dying when Damon and Rhaenyra popped up. I was like, girl, where is the welcome crew? Like, where everybody at? You've been gone for 6 years, and this is the welcome that you get. But I should have known that Hayden as Otto was behind this, because you saw when they were in their little council meeting, when they were talking about what was coming up with the petition to Driftmark, and how he was like, did they get the welcome that they deserve? I said, sir, I know you not talking somebody who was literally banished for years until your hating ass daughter staged this whole cool. Well, she didn't stage it. It was, it was Lord Strong's raggedy son, Larys, whatever his name is. But I was just like, wow. So they already upset because they said, honey, last time I checked, the Targaryens were not religious like this. So all these little religious symbols, you see this big ass star that's in the middle of the walkway. They was just like, hold on, who told her she could redecorate? Like, this what we've been doing for 6 years? So I was just confused. So when Alicent says that she's gonna go greet Damon and Rhaenyra, she stopped because her raggedy son Aegon got into a little bit of trouble. So when she gets to the room, this girl is like crying, she's shook, she's scared, and I'm just like, what's going on? Like, what's happening right now? What did he do? So we find out that he assaulted Diana. I don't know, y'all know who I'm trying to talk about. So we see that he's assaulted this woman who was just trying to bring his little drunk behind some wine. And so she's having this conversation with her, and she was like, she's comforting her, and she's like, I trust you, I believe you. And I was like, okay, Alicent, like, I might not have to curse you out this episode. But then this raggedy hoe here then starts gaslighting the girl, talking about, well, you might not want to tell so many people because, they might think that it was you who tried to seduce him. And I said, bitch, what? Are you serious right now? You are literally sitting here listening about how your raggedy, trifling ass son assaulted this woman, and then you gonna sit up there and then blame her? I was highly confused about this, and I was so disappointed. Then she gave her some money and said, it's best that you not talk about it. You don't want to mess up your name. And I was just like, wow, like just the depths that you would go to protect your trifling children. I don't understand it. So she gives her the money, but then she makes her drink the little Westeros Plan B tea before she leaves to make sure that she isn't pregnant. So I was really upset by this, and I just couldn't believe that Alicent, of all people, like, I know she said she would do whatever it took to protect her children, but I said, girl, what? Like, I just don't understand. I can't ever rock with Alicent. I just can't ever rock with her. Ashley, I'm with you. Ashley said I was done with Alicent before this, but every time Alicent Stan says anything, I'm gonna bring it up, Ashley. Let them know, is this your queen? This is what you want your queen to be? What? You said the Plan B tea was, that was the Plan B tea that they gave her. Now, y'all gonna sit up here. This man ain't even been dead for like an hour yet, okay? And y'all gonna tarnish this man's name like this? Huh? Come on, y'all. We're not gonna do this to King Viserys. We're not gonna do this to him today. Look, I don't care what Alex did say. We still remember what you did, ho, because it was just last week for us. So I don't care how many years has went by. We know what you did, okay? We know that you did, okay? So, not you embarrassed that her maid's name is Talia. I can't. That's not her first time giving her servant that tea. Probably not. Probably not, okay? So after she has a conversation, she finally goes to speak to she finally goes to speak to Rhaenyra and Daemon, but before that, Rhaenyra actually goes to visit her father. So we get to see King Viserys, and I was like, you know what? At this point, y'all, whoever's responsible for the hair and makeup, we're gonna say makeup because I still have issues with how y'all got my babies looking. But whoever's responsible for the makeup for House of the Dragon, you deserve an Emmy because every week I'm just like, there's no way that they can make King Viserys look any worse than what I've seen him. And y'all literally say every single week, hold my beer, I got you. Look what we can do. Baby, they rode up in that room. First of all, the room just looked like someone's finna die, okay? As soon as I saw that room, I said, this is the week. This is the week that the Lord is going to put him out of his misery, okay? This man got his whole face bandaged, all right? Now, had I known what was under them bandages, I would have been like, wow, like, sir, you should have said, Lord, take me now. But let me tell you something. First of all, Rhaenyra and them is upset because they see him, he asks for the tea, and then Daemon smells it. He knows it's like the milk of poppy, so they've been drugging him all these years, like keeping him in his bed, keeping him subdued, so basically hating ass Otto and his daughter can rule King's Landing. So, she lets him know who she is, and, then she shows him the babies. And I was like, and then when she said, oh, and this one's Viserys, and then he was like, his name is fit for a king. I said, that was a beautiful moment there, okay, y'all? But Daemon gonna ruin the moment he starts talking politics. I said, now, Daemon, you see this man is dying. Literally at any moment, this man is going to die, okay? This is not the time to be talking politics. Why are you talking about this? Even Rhaenyra had to be like, babe, like, chill out. Like, stop. Then they introduced the babies to him, okay? She showed the babies, and, I was like, first of all, I don't know if I would have shown my babies to they grandsire looking like this. So I was just like, first of all, when I saw his teeth, I said, honey, I know his breath is kicking. All right? His breath was kicking so bad that the kids started crying. They said, Harpo, who this? This not our grandsire. This not our grandsire. Who is this? This our granddaddy? Our grandpappy? This is what he looking like? Like, honey, this looks like a skeleton. What is going on? So the baby started crying. I don't know if they was crying because of how he was looking. I don't know if they was crying because how his breath was stinking. I don't know what was going on, okay? But I know the kids started crying. Then the kids started crying. He was like, hold on now. I can't. It's too many noises. Y'all got to get the hell up out of my room. It's too much happening right now. But riddle me this, y'all. This is it's truly bothering me. And I know that I've never said anything about this, but today is where I draw the line. And I feel as though if you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. What I need answers for, and I just want to make sure that the people in the back hear me, okay? I want to make sure the people that work on House of the Dragon hear me, because I need answers as to why King Viserys looks like he's lived 200 years, okay? Literally looks like he's lived 200 years. But somehow Daemon has not aged a day. I said, my man ain't got no fine lines, ain't got no wrinkles. He literally has the Westeros L'Oreal, what is that, the age-defying, whatever moisturizing cream that it is. I just didn't understand how has Daemon not aged. And I know what y'all gonna say, Sharonda, like King Viserys has leprosy, like he has a disease right now. But no, Daemon's had 2 wives, okay? He's had 2 sets of kids by 2 different women. Like, think about it. He looks the same. We had to wait for Rhaenyra to become a woman. Then we had to wait for Rhaenyra to marry somebody, and then years went by for that. And then they got married. So you mean to tell me that this man looks exactly the same since we first saw him? All y'all did was give him a better lace front wig. That's the only change we've seen from Damon the entire series. Haven't makes sense for me. Oh, you are exactly right. 3 wives, because he didn't kill the first wife to get to the second wife, to then get to the third wife. Yes, it don't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense. Not shea butter and sea salt. I'm done. Not shea butter and sea salt. But y'all know that it come on now. Y'all know this don't make no sense. Not the Doctor Who reference though. I just said I don't understand. All right. But they have this conversation and obviously they're upset. So by the time Allison gets to Rhaenyra and Damon throws some shade like, hold on, what you been doing? It took you this long to come greet us? Like, and then Rhaenyra's like, oh no, I know the queen has probably been doing something very important that she couldn't come talk to us. But let me tell you what the queen was doing. She was going to get an Aegon's ass, and we literally saw his ass. I was like, girl, you don't get tired of seeing your son drunk and naked just being a terrible child? You don't get tired of that? So she come in, she talking to him, she screaming at him. He like, girl, who is going all this screaming? Like, what you got going on? Like, I was just having fun. What's the problem? So then she slapped the taste out of her mouth. Sometimes I be thinking Allison is like modeled after a black mama, because the way that she be slapping the taste out of Aegon's mouth like this, I just don't understand it. But she slaps him. And then, you know, she was like, you are no son of mine. And so then what sent me was his wife comes in, his sister wife, because that's his sister and his wife. So his sister wife comes in and she was like, hey, where's Deanna? Because she got to come fix, she got to change these kids. I said, girl, you don't know what he did to Deanna? Everybody looking like, girl, where you been? So she goes to talk to Damon, and Damon is giving him shade, and then they kind of bring up like you've literally been drugging him for 6 years. And she was like, you don't know what he's like when he's not drugged. He's in a lot of pain. So it's a lot going on, okay? So they go back and forth. It is what it is. But let me get my notes, because, you know, I was doing this all off of memory. Wow. Y'all see how all that stayed in my head like that? Let me make sure I didn't miss nothing. Oh, man. Did it delete my notes too? Wow. It's like the multiple levels of disrespect that is happening is just really crazy to me. I really cannot believe that it deleted all of my notes. I told y'all the devil busy. Let me see. Okay, I got my notes back. Man, this is like really disrespectful. So, okay, so yes. Allison, Rhaenyra, Damon, seeing them. Okay. So, but when they're having a conversation, we see that Allison hasn't seen her since she literally tried to kill her. And so she sees like the scar from her cutting her, which kind of reminds her like, you know, girl, you was wilding the last time I saw you. You know that, right? So after they have this conversation, basically they go their separate ways, and we see that later in the episode, Rhaenyra goes to her dad's room to speak to him. And it's the middle of the night. And so I was like, I really thought that, like, for a moment, I truly thought that Rhaenyra was going to kill her daddy. I don't know why my mind went there. It just went there. I thought she was going to kill her daddy. But then they have this conversation. And, you know, she basically says, like, you know, when you made me heir, you kind of divided everything. You divided all of us, and when you named me heir, and you said that we were always supposed to bring everyone together. And so basically she said that, like, I need you to fight for me. I need you to, like, help me. So before all of that happens, we do cut to the kids, Jacques and Jace and Luke, who are basically walking around. They're happy to be back at King's Landing. You know, they're kind of reminiscing on all of this, you know, because they grew up there. They're reminiscing on all of the places that he used to hang out as kids. And so then we see, I ain't gonna lie, now Aegon ain't ish, but that Aemon, that raggedy trifling Aegon, he do something for me, because I know that he got that smoke, okay? The way that he was fighting Sir Kristen, who's still fine, but I can't mess with him. The way he was fighting Sir Kristen, like, I was like, okay, this little boy got something, okay? He said, I will not let my missing eye define me. I will not let my missing eye define me, okay? Let me tell you that, all right? So the tea was heroin. They, you know, poppy seeds are like it's like an opioid. That's what was in the tea. That was in the tea. So we see that he's fighting Sir Kristen, and so he's looking like, "Hey nephews, like what's good?" I was mad that we didn't get to see the dragon though, but everyone's side-eyeing the kids. Now, if I was Rhaenyra, I would not be letting my children walk around by themselves, especially after everything that happened 6 years ago. Like my kids would be right by my side at every single turn. So I thought it was weird that she kind of let them like wander around loose. Everybody looking at them crazy because they like, look at these bastard kids sitting up here in King's Landing, walking around, little bastards. That's what the people thinking. I'm not saying I'm still calling them bastards, but that's what the people saying about them. Okay, so So after that, after Rhaenyra has this conversation, then we actually go to the, where everyone gets to speak their piece. But before this happens, we see that Rhaenyra actually ends up going to Rhaenys to have a conversation in a way to gather, allies before she actually goes into this argument the next day, or the petition. What are they calling it, child? So she goes to Rhaenys, and first of all, let me just say that I was right to what I said. I said Rhaenys always makes sure that her hair is laid, so she's going to make sure that her grandbaby's hair is laid. Now, we see how the baby who was with Rhaenys, how her hair was looking laid like her mama Lena, okay? But now we see how terrible Daemon and Rhaenyra did this baby hair with this yarn. That's why I have to say, I can't say hair and makeup for a House of the Dragon. I can only say makeup for King Viserys. But the way that y'all be having these babies' hair, this yarn in her head, I be like, y'all, why do y'all do this? Y'all don't be getting tired of being dragged every single week. Y'all gonna have these babies' hair looking like this? I just truly don't understand it. But Rhaenys understood the assignment. Whoever be laying Rhaenys' hair out, she made sure her grandbaby hair was dead. Okay, she made sure her grandbaby's hair was doing good. All right. So they have a conversation, and Rhaenyra is like, basically, Rhaenys is like, "Ho, I don't mess with you because I know you had something to do with my son's death first and foremost." Okay. Then she said up here like, "Well, I want to propose an engagement between my sons and my stepdaughters, and we want to marry the families together." And she said, "Oh, honey, this is giving me desperate. This is giving me you have nowhere else to go. This is giving me you have no allies. This is giving me stand up. What are you doing? You this desperate? You this desperate, girl?" So Rhaenyra basically like, "Girl, I'm here for me, myself, and I. That's all I got in the end, okay? That's what I found out." So after that, we go to we have our little sides. We in court. No, we are in court, but not, you know what I'm trying to say. So they're having this, and Vaemond starts talking, okay? So Vaemond starts talking, and he was talking this stuff, and then Rhaenyra interrupted. And Alicent's like, "Hold on, girl. Like, let him finish talking. We're going to let you have your side. Let him talk." And he was like, "Valyrian blood. Do you even know what that is?" He said, "I could cut my head open and show you Valyrian blood, and you still wouldn't know what it was." Okay? I was like, the way Vaemond was going hard, Vaemond was going really hard because he can't stand her. You already saw that he used his niece's eulogy to still throw shade at Rhaenyra. He can't stand Rhaenyra and them kids. You absolutely know it, okay? So then Rhaenyra, before she could start speaking, then the doors open, okay? They was like, "The king is here." So Viserys, baby, let me tell you something. Viserys said, "If it's one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to be casket ready because I know that my days are numbered at any moment point in time." When I say my man was wobbling in, he couldn't even stand up barely. He was like wobbling in with his cane. And then he had he was like the man in the Westeros mask. He had the gold mask on his face. I said, okay, Viserys, y'all tell me somebody that don't ride for his daughter like Viserys do. That's the type of daddy I want. That's the type of husband I want. I want my husband to ride. When someone says, "What are you looking for in a man?" I'm saying I want a husband that's going to ride or die for his children like Viserys did, okay? That's the type of man I'm looking for. Okay, she said, "Daddy, stand up." And he stood up. And he hobbled his behind with his cane into the room, all right? Hobbled himself with the little gold mask, all right? Come on now. Y'all tell me somebody that's going to ride for their children like that, okay? Definitely looking like Tales from the Crypt, but he was there to make sure that his daughter was going to be taken care of, all right? So my man wobbling in, all right? He tell hating ass Otto, he said, I think I'll sit on the throne for today, beesh. That's not what he said, but I'm just saying that's what we were saying, all right? So he walk in, everybody looking shook, okay? I'm looking like, Lord, someone please stay close to this man because he's clearly about to die. So he trying to get up and somebody trying to help him. He's like, I don't need your help. And then this man fall. I said, now see, God don't like ugly. They was trying to help you because it clearly looked like, it clearly looked like you on your last leg. Literally on your last leg, okay? So he hobbling in there, all right? And then he almost fall, and then Damon, which was really nice to see Damon help him up. He picked his crown up. He got his brother in his chair. He put his crown on him. I was like, look at the brothers coming back together, okay? So now, when he get on the throne, he said, now, riddle me this, because I'm confused. Somebody help me to understand why 6 years later, we are still having the same conversation in regards to succession that I just had in last week's episode, all right? I just had this conversation, but somehow we're still talking about this. So I'm confused because last time I checked, I settled this once and for all. I used the last trick that I had to settle this to the point where these hoes been drugging me with poppy milk for 6 years because of what I said, all right? So I said what I said, and I don't understand why we're here still and hearing people make petitions. I don't get it. So then Vayman was about to say something. He was like, and also, too, while we on the subject, Vayman, what you sitting up here talking about anyway? Last time I checked, Lil Corliss had a wife who was named Bernice, who was taking care of matters while Lil Corliss was fighting this battle. So I'm confused as to why Lord Corliss's wife is not speaking right now. So have a seat. Take a load off your feet. So then Bernice looking like, exactly. Now this is where Rhaenyra got shook. And I got shook for her. Because I said, girl, now you know, if it's anyone that don't like you, you know Bernice don't like you. So she basically takes up for Rhaenyra. And she talks about the engagement and how, I don't understand because I thought Viserys was going to be the one to take over for Driftmark. So I'm just as confused as you, King Viserys. I'm just as confused as you. All right? So I'm thinking like, okay, go ahead. Allison looking all mad. Hey, Ness, Otto looking mad. I'm happy now. So then I'm like, cool. We didn't settle it. Now Viserys can hop his behind back to his deathbed, right? No. Baby, Vayman said, I don't know what you do in your house. I don't know what you do in your house with you and your kids, but I know what I do in my house. It's my business, okay? It's my business. So what happens in the house of Valerian, because this is about the Valerian bloodline, what happens in my house, I'm going to be the one to handle that. I said, oh, okay, Vayman. Tell us how it's gonna be, but you're talking to the king, right? And so he was like, hold on, you know who you're talking to, right? Like, I don't know how Otto and them been running my court since I've been gone, but I'm the king, okay? So he said, I want to make sure I get these parts right, okay? I want to make sure there's nothing that I leave out, all right? So let me tell you what Vayman did, all right? Also, too, Vayman did come into King's Landing like a G with his whole crew when he like stared down his little bastard nephews, but honey, let me tell y'all. So Vayman said, I am not having this. I will not allow it. And then he pointed to the kids and he said, these are not true Valerians and certainly not my nephews, okay? He said, you will not decide the legacy of my house. I will not see it on the account of these. And I was like, these what? Everybody was like, I know he ain't finna say it. I know Allison and Otto was like, say it. I know you want to say it. Say it. He was like, these bastards. That's literally how he said it. Like, for real. Like, he was like, these bastards. So, yeah. So then I was like, everybody was like, so, like, then Viserys, baby, let me tell you, when I know that Viserys was mad. Viserys was so mad that this fool forgot he was dying of leprosy, okay? He thought he was normal. He was so upset. He pulled his knife out and he was like, I'll have your tongue for this. And then Dane was like, hold on. And then he sliced his head and he was like, he can keep his tongue, but I'll take his head. I said, and that's how you clear, bitch, okay? So I was like, first and foremost, get you a man like Daemon. Because Daemon said, what we're not going to do, he said, what we're not going to do, we're not going to disrespect my wife. We're not going to disrespect my wife. We're not going to talk about my wife's kids. We're not going to do any of this, okay? So you need to get you a man that's going to clear a beach like Damon. You need to make sure that your baby daddy is like this VISERYS, who is going to ride or die for his children, okay? So he said, next time you want to talk about my wife, you're not going to leave with your head, okay? Okay? But he definitely did slice it like Fruit Ninja, though. I'm not gonna lie. Damon cleared, okay? Damon cleared. Like, the original keep my wife's name out of your mother's mouth. Okay. Y'all know y'all was shook at that point, okay? I was like, a man, okay? A man, okay? So yes. So he ends up getting killed. All right. Now the actor who portrayed Damon, he was like, now you see Damon came from behind. I was like, sir, I don't know why you was talking all that smack in the room like he wasn't finna kill you. But do what you do, okay? Because like you was tripping the whole time. You've been tripping since last week, actually. Really, you was tripping a couple of weeks ago when y'all were in battle and you was talking mess. So I was just confused from the get-go as to what was going on, okay? So we do get to see more of VISERYS' body the day before. He literally is like a skeleton, okay? He's like moaning, groaning in pain. He refuses to pop ET, which is how he's able to walk into court and defend his child. And so he put everything to bed, and then he says, I'm finna dine with my family. So they have their last supper. This is why I got confused, okay? I was confused for multiple reasons during this last supper, okay? So, first of all, they had to carry King VISERYS in on the chair, all right? So then King VISERYS then tries to stand up. I said, baby, sit down, all right? We get it. You stood up for your child. But, sir, they just had to carry your behind in here. You couldn't even hobble to sit up on the throne. You couldn't go up 2 steps. Like, what are you doing? I didn't understand. I just don't understand it. So he's trying to stand up. And then this man, talk about just being tacky. This man takes his mask off. He said, I want y'all to see me for who I am. I said, honey, I think we can imagine what's under the mask. People trying to eat. I know they got to stink. I can see through your eye socket. I can see through your jaw. I see the little muscle tendons. Like, y'all, come on now. Like, this, why are you doing all of this at the dinner table? Like, it's just too much. So he do a toast, and then Rhaenyra, she's trying to make good, so she toasts Alicent, which at the end of the day, she really did have a point. Like, Alicent really was, like, even though they were drugging him the last 6 years, she really stood by him. I mean, she was letting him smash her with leprosy, like, and she didn't make no complaints about her or nothing. Girl probably could have been killed VISERYS, okay? Could have been killed this man, but she let it go. So she really was like a ride or die for him, okay? Not Alexa Pay mascot. See, y'all so disrespectful to VISERYS. I don't understand it. He did look like the mummy. He did. You said you did like the scene. I can't get that you can't disrespect the king's daughter, but also I get that the men want to have real defendants. I mean, I'm just saying. Didn't Bran have a wheelchair? But this is 200 years before Bran, y'all. It's 200 years. So they might not have had the wheelchairs yet. So, so yeah, I don't even understand how people are eating and drinking at this point, but I guess to them, that's just my grandsire, that's my husband. But Alicent was a ride or die for him, all right? So then Alicent's like, I'm moved by your words, and then she's like, I'm gonna toast to Rhaenyra, you'll make a fine queen. Now, hey, Naz, I was looking like, queen? Hold on, girl. She said one nice thing to you, and all of a sudden you talking about she gonna make a fine queen? Like, girl, what is you doing? So this is the part that sent me, though, okay? So then Aegon goes and says something to Jace's sister fiance and stepsister fiance. He says, I'm so sorry for the disappointment that you're about to endure. And this is after he told Jace, like, oh, so you finally get to bed a woman. I'm so happy for you. Baby, Aegon was letting him have it this entire dinner, and I was dying laughing. But when he said that to her, Jace got up, he slammed the table, he didn't cause a scene, and he had to catch himself like, let me toast to my raggedy uncles, okay? So he toasted to his raggedy, not his raggedy uncles, his raggedy nephews. No, yeah, his uncles. Child, I can't keep up with all this little ghetto twin, all this stuff. It's too much. So we see that then Aegon's wife, sister wife, because it's his sister too, she gets up to do a toast to the girls, like, congratulations on your engagement. Like, everything gonna be fine, girl. My husband don't even pay me no attention. And the only time he come around is if he's had wine. So she's sitting up here shading her brother husband. All right. So then everybody start laughing. So then Jace tells his sister wife, his stepsister fiance, to, hey, excuse me for a moment. And then he go ask Aegon, sister wife, to dance. I died. I said, these kids are on a whole nother level of petty. It is crazy to me, okay? So they start dancing. And then, honestly, King Viserys almost then fell out. He didn't almost had a heart attack because all his family is finally getting along, okay? So this man got so emotional, he's gonna have a heart attack. They had to carry him out of the damn room, okay? Because he was so happy. I was like, bless you. And that's like, wow, like, I think we actually gonna be happy. And then what happens? Aemon said, hold my beer real quick. And so he does a toast basically calling them weak. Because he kept saying, aren't y'all strong? Aren't y'all strong? Like, what's going on? And also, too, like, kind of saying, like, I know who your daddy is. So the girls start fighting. He throw a punch. They start fighting. And then Daemon steps in and kind of squashes it. So Rhaenyra and Allison, she's like, let me just take these kids home. I'm so sorry. We can't take these damn kids nowhere. They always getting into it with somebody. So she basically tells them that, hey, that was disrespectful, Talia. I definitely caught that because why they put the pig in front of Aemon? Did y'all catch that? How they put the pig in front of Aemon? And remember, they gave him a pig because he wanted a dragon. They said they had a dragon for him, but it was a pig. They so disrespectful for that. They did that on purpose, okay? So yeah. So they get into it. Daemon breaks it up. But then Rhaenyra's like, she's like, oh, well, I hope you come back. And she's like, well, maybe I come back on Dragonback. And she's like, we would really like that. So I'm like, okay, they cool. They cool. Everything good. So then we go to King Viserys. I'm like, finally, Lord, please. Like, you know what was missing though? They should have, when he was sitting there, should be like, take me to the king. Okay? It should be like, truth is I'm tired. That should have started happening, okay? So Viserys is basically dying. He thinks that he's talking to Rhaenyra, but he's actually talking to Alicent. That's how far gone he is, because they've been giving the poppy tea again. So he thinks that he's talking to Rhaenyra. And remember that, you know, the Targaryen tradition is whoever's going to be the heir, they tell them the song of fire and ice, okay? They tell them about how Aegon had a dream that it will be a prince that will unite everyone together to battle what's coming out of the north, okay? So when she hears him saying Aegon, she's thinking that he's telling her that he wants Aegon to be king. Now, Allison, you a smart cookie, okay? You a smart cookie. You trash, but you a smart cookie. You think that your raggedy ass son is the Aegon that is going to unite everyone that is supposed to be king? Girl, I know you effing lying. You cannot be serious that you think that raggedy ass son of yours will be the one to take over and unite everyone? Are you serious right now? Girl, what? She was reaching. I don't even know how she, like, I said, now, girl, what? Are you being serious right now? Like, you could not be serious. But what she doesn't know is that he thought she was Rhaenyra, and he was trying to continue the conversation that they was having. So, child, she didn't think that he didn't say her trash ass son is supposed to be king. So now it's gonna start a whole beef in the kingdom. So I don't know what the heck is gonna happen, but it looked like some craziness about to break loose. I guess we just need to enjoy literally the 30 seconds of peace that we had the entire season, because that's all that's going to happen now. So I don't know, but I was really confused as to why Allison truly believed in her heart of hearts that he would be talking about her trash. You literally just disowned your son at the beginning of the episode, and you think this is going to be the person to unite everyone together? Girl, honey. Okay, you got this man drugged up and now you want to listen to it? Not delusion number 5, okay? Because I just didn't understand. Like, why would you think this is okay? It just don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Also, don't forget that Rhaenyra will have a son by the name of Aegon as well. So, you know, it's gonna be some issues. But baby, she definitely didn't say goodbye. She hopped up off that bed. She said, "Oh, Aegon, say less." She left. Like, girl, he's clearly dying. Like, I don't even understand. Jay, obviously he has not said it enough, because I'm truly confused as to why no one is understanding that this man is not going to change his mind at all. Oh, thank you. This is actually the Love is Blind cup. I know it's like, it looks like a little goblet, but it's the cups that they use on Love is Blind. Just in case y'all didn't know. So yeah, so I don't know what's gonna happen. Clearly, we know that things are about to get started. Now, why y'all say he a bad king? Why y'all think he a bad king? Come on now. You bored? All this mess that didn't happen, people that lost their eye. People got their head chopped off. The side piece got killed. The side piece got his heart broken. Like, what you mean? What is Love? You been watch Love is Blind? It's a dating reality show on Netflix. I'm gonna miss Viserys too. I miss him so much that I'm saying his name right. Finally, when he died, that's when I finally say his name right. Heads definitely wrote. I'm trying to understand how y'all say this is boring. Not if I was married to Damon, I'd be pretty. I mean, do y'all not be watching soap operas? I feel like if someone watches soap operas, like, they would love House of the Dragon. I'm just saying. You're saying the story's gonna be popping now, like he did. He did now. I mean, but didn't Viserys let them know? Didn't he tell them, like, my daughter is going to be heir? Like, I'm trying to figure out what else do he need to say. I'm pretty positive you're gonna see dragons next episode. Viserys holding the whole kingdom together, and fans are like, weak. I just don't understand how y'all disrespecting this man like this. That is very true. He is girl dad of the year. Who were the girls talking before the king died? Oh yeah. Okay, so the one girl was remember Damon had the little side chick that he lied and said she was pregnant, and then she was like, hold on, like, I'm not trying to marry you. I don't want to be with you like that. You said she was gonna give me power. So that's who she was. And then the girl, I guess she's basically had people telling her what's going on. So y'all saw this little kid. Did she have a kid with Damon? Was she pregnant with Damon's baby? What's going on? Who was that little boy sitting, like, looking like he a peasant? Did she ever actually get pregnant with Damon's kid? Am I missing something? And also to the actor who does portray King Viserys, he is absolutely fantastic. Okay, he is so fantastic. But does someone know what happened at the end? That's her spot, but also too. What you mean? Where was Joffrey? Why he wasn't there? I mean, I guess they said he's 6. He didn't go be with his other siblings because Daemon and Rhaenyra's kids wasn't there either. So who was the kid in the preview for next week? I don't think it's Viserys' kid. I'm saying, did Daemon and that girl? How much time? No, that couldn't be it either. I don't know. We'll find out next week who the hell the kid is. Rhaenyra got another son? Oh, you dig it? Oh, child. I just gotta figure out what's going on. No, I don't think it's been Viserys. I don't think he was cheating. I mean, Vayman was talking outside of his neck. He's been talking outside of his neck for a couple episodes now because he was talking smack to Daemon a couple weeks ago. Then he was talking smack at Layla's funeral last week. So the fact that he even made it this long, I mean, it's a miracle he made it this long. Matt Smith channel. Matt Smith is actually really nice to talk to. I interviewed him for Morbius, and he was like the sweetest human being ever. Like, literally. No, I don't think Allison has another kid. If she has another kid, I'm going to fall out. I'm literally going to fall out. You think who's aiming? Oh, you think it's their kids? Wait, Allison has another kid in the books? Yes, I caught the pig bit. Hey, Tina. I think people just kept trying to get liquored up. Not the great value version of Daemon, though. Allison had 4 kids in the book. Huh. I'm sorry, what? Is this in the books? Hold on, y'all. What? I thought they were just friends in the books. And that kid couldn't have been Sir Kristen because he had white hair. I'm sorry, who ate their kids? What is going on? Yeah, I thought they never slept together. No, they just been friends. They just hated Rhaenyra together. Okay, let's not even try to figure this out, child. We just gotta wait 7 days and we gonna know who this little kid was because I'm sure we just made up a whole bunch of crazy stuff, okay? So okay, Yutaka, we're literally making up so many rumors right now. So let's just stop and let's figure it out. So how is he still alive? I don't know, but I'm sure Daemon will find a way to kill him before this is over. But yeah, so I guess that's it. I need to go to bed. I can't I was gonna review Interview with a Vampire, but because I just broke my camera, I have to go to the store tomorrow to see if they can fix it or if I have to buy another camera. So hopefully I don't. Does anyone know how many episodes it is this season? Oh, it's Aegon's kid? Okay. Does anyone know how many episodes this is? Oh, it's 10 episodes. So this is 8, 9. Okay, so just to let you guys know, I will be out of the country when the finale happens. I will try my best to do a live, but I do want y'all to know that I will be 12 hours ahead of you. Okay, so I don't know if I will be able to do it. We will have to play that by ear, but just know that I'm 12 hours ahead of everything that's happening. Okay. So I might have to just record something and just post it. But next week I'll be able to do this upcoming week's episode, but then I'll be out of the country for the finale. So I'm sorry. But yeah. But yes, Alvis, we made it with no fire alarm today. I found out that from the leasing office that it was an angry tenant who did it on purpose. I told y'all people just be sitting up here just pulling fire alarms for no reason. I am going to Bali for my birthday. My birthday is in 2 weeks, literally 2 weeks from today. Did I plan that right? Yes, my birthday is 2 weeks from today. So I'm going to be in Bali for my birthday in Singapore. So yeah. So I just want to let y'all know I will be here for next week. If I can get a camera fix, I'll have it pre-recorded for you guys. But just to let you know, I might miss the finale because I'll be out of the country. Okay. I did not watch Amsterdam. I heard it's terrible. I can't watch no more terrible movies. Thank you. Take me to your leader. But if you haven't been watching Interview with the Vampire, I watched the first 2 episodes. It's actually really, really good. So y'all should watch Interview with the Vampire. And I think they have another Anne Rice show coming out early next year. So yeah, thank you guys for all of the early birthday wishes. I appreciate y'all. Okay, Touch Noir, happy early birthday. I will talk to y'all next week. Hopefully I get my camera and stuff fixed so I can finish doing videos, because I actually need to pre-record because I'm going to be out of town Tuesday and Wednesday. So I need to get y'all Chucky and Handmaid's Tale. If y'all aren't watching Chucky, you should watch Chucky. I watched it. I think it's pretty funny. But yeah. But let me know. Oh, I do have a fun interview coming up tomorrow that you guys should stay tuned for. I got to interview Jamie Lee Curtis for Halloween Ends, which is coming out this weekend. So please make sure, I'm going to be posting that tomorrow. She is so nice, like the nicest person ever. So if you guys are Halloween fans, I will have my interview dropping with Jamie Lee Curtis tomorrow. And yeah, I'm going to be out of town for 2 days. I have to fly to LA to do interviews for the George Clooney and Julia Roberts movie. So that's what I will be doing Tuesday and Wednesday if I don't get any videos up. But yeah, I love you guys forever. I hope that you have the most amazing week starting up. Protect your peace. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Wash your hands, wash your ass, and be nice to somebody, okay? So I will see you guys soon, but I hope that you have a great night, and I hope you have an amazing start to the week, okay? Bye. Deuces.